Try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy.
What's going on, and welcome to Black King's Free Game. And it's your boy King Conda, the People's Champ, and in the building I have today King Wiggles along with Tim King, that is running for chairman of the Board of Education.
You already know what time it is, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna start off with Mr. King today. No, you know what? Let's go with Wiggles. We'll get you last because we're going to start asking you questions immediately.
Yes, sir.
Look, hey, Wiggles, how has your weekend and the beginning of your week been?
Man, the weekend was incredibly busy, exhausting, and tiring, man. I DJ'd all day Friday.
Yes.
Worked Friday. DJ Friday night in Savannah, stayed in Savannah. DJ Friday afternoon in Savannah. Came back and just kind of chill, relax, man. Church on Sunday morning, early in the morning, too. Oh, man, New Dimensions Christian Fellowship. Shout out to Pastor Henry Frazier Jr. and Dana Frazier.
Shots out.
Back at work, man. So other than these allergies and sinuses, man, you hear I'm nasally today, but we here, though.
Yes, sir. You are here. And with you, he has brought Tim King.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. No, we appreciate you coming. And
Definitely.
Thank you so much. And King Wiggles once again gets in contact and brings them in. That's what a king does. And Mr. King,
yes,
let me
sir.
ask you something. How long have you been in Hinesville, Georgia? Now, a little background. I've known Tim for a while now. Now, have Tim and I sat down and had lunch together? No. But do we see each other in the community all the time? Yes. I even think it was you had like a softball or baseball. I'm sorry. What was it? Basketball? Basketball. I know you've been always working with the basketball team, right?
Yeah.
So,
one of them.
So yeah. I know I do have a history with Mr. King. All right. So, but you were saying,
I've been here since 2013. I was in the Army for 10 years. This was my last duty station. I got out and stayed. To me, it was either go back home to Virginia Beach, Virginia, where you can get a 500 square foot bedroom for $3,000, or stay here in Hinesville, Georgia.
yes,
The crime rate's low. There may not be a lot for your kids to do, but it's a great place to raise your family, your kids. In theory, it's really safe here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can, you're not worrying about going in the grocery store and something happening. Now, obviously, stuff could happen, but that's not on your mind, like looking over your shoulder everywhere you go.
Exactly, because you have a community.
Right.
You have a community that's deeply rooted in respect.
Right.
And see, I think a lot of people, they don't understand that part. You know, when you go to these bigger cities, it is more to do. It is so much more to do, so much more for you to spend your money on. But see, when you come to a place like Liberty County, you spend your money on your family. See, because you're not concentrating on where you're going to take them or what I'm going to appease them with. You're concentrating on, dang, I need them to do this project and I need to be involved. It gives you the opportunity to do that. Now, do parents take advantage of that? No, we don't. We're too wrapped up in our daily lives on what we got on our plate. And I am one to admit that I fall to that all the time. And the person that has to remind me is my wife. Hey, you worried about this, and this. You worried about all the bad stuff. Look at all the good stuff you have here.
Right.
You got your daughters, you got your kids, you got me. Focus in on that and just the little priority things that you can do here.
Yes.
And everything else will work itself out.
Yes.
See, as parents, we need to sometimes check into reality and stop checking out, because we get upset. We get mad when something disrupts what we think should be happening at the pace it should be happening at, regardless of how much we put into it.
Yes.
Yeah, I went deep there. But anyways, so Tim, you being in the military, first of all, thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you so much. And you were in for 10 years, you said?
Yes, sir. 10 years.
How many duty stations did you go to?
Three.
3.
So I started. I joined the Army in 06, stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, middle of nowhere in Kansas, but probably best time of my life.
Yes. Freedom. That's what it was. Like, I make my own rules. I am king. Yep.
And then I went to from Kansas. I went to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Home of 104th Airborne Division Air Assault.
Okay.
So I got to go to Air Assault School, Sapper School, which is one of the top schools in the Army.
So you were
graduated from there.
Perfectly good flying airplane.
No. This is rappelling from perfectly good airplane.
Same thing. you at an elevated height getting out of that plane.
You know, fast roping. That's where they throw the rope down.
Yes.
Fast rope down it. All that good stuff.
And you going down it.
Yes, sir.
Look,
then,
I want to give shots out to Tiffany Myers and Jose. What's up, Jay? We appreciate you, Jose. Thank you for watching, Bubba.
Which Jose?
Jose, you know which
Ortiz?
Jose?
The councilman?
Oh.
Espada.
Oh yeah, JJ.
Hey man,
Yes,
shout out to my nightlife boss.
Yes.
Jose, good man.
Watching.
Definitely good man.
Yes. But
Has Jose been on the show?
Look, I've invited Jose plenty of times.
Hey Jose, man, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get him.
Look.
Hey, I always ask him about who been on the show, and he'll tell me who has or has not been, and I'm going after him.
Yeah. Now, and Jose, yes, I'm going to feel very offended because I just asked you 2 weeks ago, hey, Bobby, we'll get together, you know. I'll let you know. And when he asks, you better say yes then. How about that? And I'll be cool with it. I ain't going to have my feelings hurt.
Yeah, Jose. We got to get Jose on the show.
Yes.
He's a wealth of information and knowledge, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, wealth of information and knowledge, being out here. Another military guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tim has been here, and you are involved in sports a lot.
Yes, sir.
Tell us why. Why do you love sports so much?
I just saw a need from coaching at the rec center and just meeting a lot of people. It allowed me to grow because my first year coaching, boy, them parents cussed me out. But because I had that militant, still thinking I was in the military and not understanding that everybody can get coached hard, but I learned that everybody's household is not hungo hard, go. Like some kids, I just got to look at, and they be like, "Dang, coach disappointed in me." I only got to say nothing to them.
Yes.
Other kids, I got to get in, but that's the only way they go.
You don't want to go there because I'm gonna go there with you. Thank you for coaching hard.
Yes, sir.
Because those same parents that be like, "No, don't talk to my baby like that." They baby talk to them any kind of way at that house.
Right.
And then when they see somebody else doing something that they weren't doing, now they upset.
Right.
And I ain't afraid to say it. It's true.
Right.
Y'all know it's true.
Right.
Somebody's coaching your baby hard because they see potential. They're not coaching your baby hard because they want to, because that's taking their energy. They got their own babies to coach.
Yes.
In life. So when you see somebody taking time like that, be appreciative. We know when you're going overboard, and even that person knows if they're going overboard with something, right? But you tell me the successful person that you know that's in sports that wasn't coached hard or didn't have that coach in their life that pushed them to that point.
Yeah, and I also think it helped me get out of my depression, honestly. I was just getting out the Army. I'm a city boy. So I had never lived on my own until I got in the Army. Got out and just didn't know what I wanted to do. That's what kind of led me to education. But just seeing the gratitude from coaching, not getting paid, just giving your all, giving your knowledge, and seeing how well kids took it and took a liking to it. It accelerated my career, and that's why I got into the education field.
And that's awesome. King Boston says, tapping in. Tim and Trey in the building.
What up, boss?
Yeah, King Boston was going to be here today. He does send his sincere apologies. But at least you tapping in, bro. We appreciate that. You be working all the time.
Yes, sir. Great man as well.
Yeah. Oh, look. Jose says definitely will come join you soon. Okay, bet. Thank you, sir.
Hey, see, they hear you say before we went live how you know I have the ability to articulate certain things, connect the network. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. But again, though, you've afforded me this opportunity to come on your platform, so I appreciate it. And so because of I enjoy what it is you do, I like what you do, and the family vibe and the connection between it. You know, I think that people should come to this space to share their thoughts and their opinions and their feelings on things that's happening, right?
Yes, and I appreciate you. If I didn't, I'd have never passed that crown down, brother. Man. And that's it. Us sharing the platform is the people, because I could be up here talking all day and nobody has to listen. Right. You know what I mean? Nobody has to listen. But when you see other folks come in, you got brothers that come in and they want to make it better. They want to include them, and that's what makes it different. That's what makes it different. It's why we all can't do it together.
100%.
Yes.
So yeah, and there's some things that, you know, me as a person, I have to overcome. You know what I mean? And a lot of times other people help you do that, whether you know it or not. You just got to understand it when it happens.
Facts.
So, Mr. King, what inspired you to run for an office? Is this your first time ever running for a position?
Yes, sir. First time running for anything. What inspired me was there were rumors that Miss Verdell Jones was not going to run. But after talking to her, you know, she said that she had thought about it, but, you know, she prayed about it, and then she did end up running. So I felt like there was a void there. But let's not make no mistakes. I think I got a lot of respect for Miss Jones. When I had a situation because as y'all know, I previously worked at Bradwell Institute. I had a situation.
Give us the background, because everybody don't know. You got different viewers. Everybody's not from Liberty County, and those that are from Liberty County, they may or may not know. So give us that pedigree of you being in the school system, then take us to that moment, and then let's get there.
Okay. All right. So I had a run-in with the superintendent. There was an incident that happened at Bradwell Institute with a young man from Liberty County High. Got into an altercation at Bradwell, and they wanted to kick him out of school and just have him straight homeschool. And I spoke out about it. I felt like, yes, he may have needed punishment, but at the time he was 14. They didn't want to put him in alternative school because they felt like he was a threat. And so I spoke out against it. It's wrong. You're going to tell me that we're going to put a 14-year-old on a computer at home and just expect him to do his work? That ain't right. And so I spoke out about it. The superintendent at the time, Dr. Franklin Perry, didn't approve of it. I didn't do anything unethical. I didn't mention any names. I just said my piece about it. I didn't get any points on my license or anything like that. It was just they were in their feelings because they tried to honestly sweep it under the rug. So I went to the board meeting. I had a conversation with the board. I got to speak, and I did get the chance to talk to Miss Verdell Jones, and she agreed that why is the man at the top worried about the man at the bottom? Because as we all know, in the education field, I'm a paraprofessional. Why is the school superintendent worried about what a low-level employee is speaking about if it's not unethical or any damage, self-harm or anything like that? So also my daughter has been through the tribunal process. And what really set me off and what really motivated me was there's a current member on the board whose daughter was involved in the incident, and she got a chance to vote on my daughter's situation, which I felt like she should have been removed because that's a conflict of interest. How are you even going to fairly decide a decision and it has to do with your daughter? Nobody is going to allow that to happen. I mean, let's be real. Especially if you have a chance to vote, you're definitely going to vote in favor of your daughter. So seeing that and seeing how the tribunal process worked and understanding it just it's bad in my eyes. It's very bad, and it's cut and dry. It's not a decision. You know, I think we have like 90% conviction rate, which is crazy in the county. So again, I got a lot of respect for Ms. Furdown Jones. I don't think she does a bad job. I just think that our school system has a bad system in place. And I'm one who has 100% disability, so I have another paycheck, so I'm able to speak about things and not worry about rebuttal or retaliation, because at the end of the day,
You got yours.
my bill's gonna get paid regardless. So no matter what you try to do to me as an employee, my bills are still gonna get paid. So I'm gonna speak what needs to be spoken in a respectful manner, but I'm still gonna say what I need to say.
And we got shots out from Miss Lisa Thomas. What's up, Auntie? How you doing? Good evening, Kings. Good luck, King Tim. Good luck, Tim King. And Dr. Olabinga Awe, King Awe says, love what you're doing, bro. Keep up the good work. And Ortiz, he's in the building. Councilman Ortiz says, what's up, y'all?
All the Jose's on today.
Yeah, all the Jose's
Has that
on.
Jose been on?
Yes, Ortiz has been on.
I need to go back and watch the old shows, man.
James Spears, James C said, who? Oh, here comes the lies. What we got going on, James? What we got going on, James?
He just like to talk. He's a troll.
Oh, okay. Richard Hayes says, what up, Kings?
Oh, man, you had Pastor Hayes on here?
Yes, most definitely.
Man.
Yeah, it's time for him to come back.
It
Because
is,
when we were
man.
talking, we were trying to get his wife to come on because she's doing a lot of great things also.
And his daughter and his son, the whole family,
whole
man.
family
Everybody,
doing-
the Hayes family, man. Oh my gosh.
Look, might have to bring them all on at the same
Right,
time.
like the Jackson Fives. Hey, so listen, we get in there, man. So I've learned a lesson from the last one, right? And I wanted to be a little more prepared as it pertains to asking questions, and I told Tim ahead of time. So Tim, he can see my paper over here, but he has no idea the questions that I'm going to ask. But I wanted him to be able to articulate himself in such a way that the community could hear him beyond Facebook posts or just seeing them in a casual setting, because it gives us the opportunity to see. Because tomorrow, we had said it yet, tomorrow is a very, very important day. You know what I'm saying, as it pertains to voting. You know, and so if you hadn't already done that, we need you to get out there tomorrow and vote at some point in time, and don't let them employers tell you that you can't go vote, because it is your right to go out there and vote. And if you hadn't already done it, go there tomorrow to go do that. So that being said, Tim, let's get to it, and then I'm gonna let King Connor do what he does.
Yes, sir.
What is your vision for the school district over the next 3 to 5 years?
Okay, so my vision would be literacy and readiness. When it comes to readiness, what I mean is being prepared for the real world or college. I would like to bring in the honors program. I think we need to boost what we have going on. Everybody knows there's APs and honor courses, but when you go online to search Liberty County schools, you probably see a 3 rating or 2 rating. But if we boosted about our honors program, people will be more willing to stay in the county. And also, we need to give those kids who are doing extra work, hard work, working hard, we need to reward them. Not just say, hey, look, you're going to take these honors classes. Okay, cool. It needs to be an honors program. I would like to see you have to be in 3 of 5 clubs. We give, as a school board, we give them an option. Beta club, drama club, whatever the case may be. A sport or the band, extracurricular activities, and then those count as well for a graduation cord. Let's see, transportation. I would like to expand transportation. I know that that's an issue right now, but I feel like we have short activity buses that all you have to do is be 18. We have the Career Academy, so let's utilize that. We already have our diesel mechanics. Well, what about paying our 18-year-olds to drive an activity bus to go pick kids up. Food. I think our food has to get better. It's not good. Educational wise, I would also like to hire at least 2 more assistant superintendents. I would like to see a assistant superintendent for curriculum. I would also like to see a 6 through 12 assistant superintendent and a K through 5 assistant superintendent. Currently, we only have 2 and 1 just retired. And I believe that Dr. Barber is over sports and operations, which is okay. But the reason why we're failing is our systems. We don't have anybody checking the checker, as you would say in the military. I think you can start there, and I think that roadmap will lead us to greater things.
Yeah, when it comes to what you said about the honors program and rewarding, right? I think a lot of that is changing now, which I'm happy about, but that should have been instituted a long time ago.
Correct.
What ended up happening was the whole sensitivity issue, right? We started just giving, we didn't want any kids to feel left out.
Right.
And I'm going to tell y'all something about that school rating also. So we got to a point to where we stopped the programs because we didn't want kids to feel like they weren't as good as the other kids, which that right there was a failure on our part.
For sure.
We had to reward people doing extra effort, right? So then we get down to the school rating, right? School rating. So in Liberty County, we don't just pass, you got that don't leave no child behind.
Right.
So kids were failing here because they weren't turning in their work. And in other counties, they're praised by, we don't have a retention rate. We a lot of our kids aren't retained. They graduate. We have a high graduation rate. Yeah, that's because you're pushing them out of school.
Yes.
Because your no child left behind means you're going to pass that kid no matter what. So when they rate school systems, I think that should change also with the rating. We need to look at why. Why? Because nowadays, you want kids, you started realizing that our reading levels have dropped by 67%.
Yes.
And you want me to tell you why? It's because we stopped incentivizing reading and you gave them tablets that read to them. When you think technology is supposed to help kids because now all of a sudden they have the power in their hands and you forget you're taking the power from them. Reading a book and having to open a book and read the words is where you give them power. Giving them a tablet that can summarize the paragraph, all they got to do is copy and paste the answers. You're taking their critical thinking ability away. Understand, your child having an iPad is not an advantage. It's a disadvantage. And we need to start understanding that. Don't be afraid to know that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to say, okay, all right, we messed up there. Let's regroup. We need to do something about these tablets and start incentivizing and rewarding reading and other things also. Every child can't get a trophy, y'all. They got to realize I got to work for that.
Right.
We took that away. Mitchell Boston says in Georgia, this is to you, Wiggles. He said in Georgia law, it is 21-2404. It's affording employees time off to vote. The law says that employees must be allowed necessary time off to vote, up to a maximum of 2 hours, or as long as they give their employer reasonable notice. Employers are allowed to decide which hours the employees may be absent. So y'all don't forget, tomorrow you go vote, and if you don't know what to say to the employee, just copy
and paste it.
Paste it. Like we just got through telling you. See how easy that is?
Copy and paste that. Hey, Mitch, thank you for that. So
yes,
with a 3 to 5 year plan, right? That was a whole lot. So if you had a top 3 priority, it sounds like literacy and readiness was top 2. But if you can put them in your order, top 3, what would be the top three things that you would focus on in another 3 to 5 years? First and foremost, hold on, I'm sorry. How if you were like, how long is the term? Like, how long is that? Long as they keep voting for you?
4 years, every 4 years.
Okay.
Just like the
all
governor's race.
All right, so all right, 3. So you got 4 years. So all right, within that 4 year time span, what are your top 3 priorities?
I would definitely say content mastery, closing the gap, the achievement gap, and readiness, college readiness or career readiness.
How do you get teachers on board with the program?
So statistically, how do you get them on board? Data. You listen to them. You figure out how are they getting these kids to pass, because we know that some teachers, let's face it, are better than the others. Mm-hmm. It may not be the position, but just go talk to them. Have an example. I've got a teacher friend who tells me that in the course EOC, that's what it stands for. EOC teachers are treated different in different standards from non-end of course teachers. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to data driven, they feel like the district assessments aren't working, because let's take science, right? A biology EOC is different than a chemistry EOC, but they're using the same metric, which you're dealing with difference. You know what I mean? That's lower level, higher level. You just can't. So you have to go listen to your teachers. That's point blank, period. They're in the classroom, they're in the fight. They know what's going on. They know how to get a kid to achieve it. So going and listening and having a talk. I think our educators, because I'm in the classroom with them as well, they just want to be heard. It's not necessarily that they want it to go their way, but they do want to feel like they are empowered. And I think that's how you empower teachers. Mm-hmm. You give them a voice. You let them know, hey, look, we're going to take what you say, you know, and apply it. Now, if it doesn't work, there's an issue.
Yeah. So that goes into another question. What's your take or your opinion on teacher retention and staff morale?
I got a great retention plan. Pay them. Pay them. Point blank. Period.
Simple as that. Pay them.
Pay them. Or allow them. I'll take, for instance, everybody says, teachers can have time off. Well, in Effingham, right now, the board is getting ready to pass, a memorandum for records allowing teachers to get up to 5 1-hour passes for the whole entire school year. So doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Principals can't ask you where you're going, what you're doing. Now there's rules and regulations to it.
Right.
They won't pay for a substitute teacher, so you have to get somebody to, either your co-teacher or somebody to cover for you, or the principal will cover for you. It has to be 24-hour notice, and you can't stack them. So like you can't just say, I'm gonna get 5 hours and use all 5. It has to be at least a 24, and you have to give at least 24-hour notice. And I think that empowers teachers, because now they feel like, I don't have to take off work, I don't have to lose money, they can just go. Now, no principal, I don't believe, in this county would ever, if a teacher said, hey, look, I need an hour, I'm pretty positive that a teacher would go. But to know that you have that in your back pocket lets the teachers know, one, you care about them and you're listening. Pay them. I would like to see teachers get added days. Added days is probably more than a raise, because added days aren't taxed. A pay raise is taxed.
Okay, I get it. Teacher perks.
Teacher perks, definitely. Reward them. Let them know they're loved. If you feel loved and you know you're loved, you'll go to bat. You'll work hard because you know somebody has your back.
And so with so many different, I shouldn't say turnover rates, but the different changes in leadership as it pertains to principals, APs, just district all together, how do you think that should be measured? Like, or the success of district leadership? Like, what metrics you think should be put in place to determine district leadership? Because I think that's a thing too,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not just teacher morale and teacher retention. I think administrators also need to be uplifted and encouraged and motivated and inspired. Because principals have a bit of a double-edged sword, so to speak. You know, you're serving at the mercies of the school board, while serving at the mercies of your staff as well, while trying to ensure that the student population and the community, you know, is feeling like you're attending to every single need of hundreds of students on top of that. So in your opinion, like, what metric system should be in place to determine district leadership success?
Great question. So what matrix do I think will help? I think you have to do a peer assessment. I think that's the fairest, because if you are not good at your job, but you are able to help navigate, I think you should still have a job, because you may just need training. And it may be the systems in place, like academic specialists. Do I think that because we have failing schools, the academic specialists should all be fired? No. A lot of people say, well, we have failing schools. Well, yes, we do. But are we helping those academic specialists? Are we helping the folks at the district level? I don't think we are. I think somebody's just going to a conference saying, hey, that worked here. Let's do it here, without looking at hard data. For instance, Yonder pouches. We spent, I believe, $136,000 on Yonder pouches.
What the heck is a Yonder pouch?
Good question. So a Yonder pouch is what the school board decided to bring to lock the students' phones when they entered the building.
Okay.
Didn't work because kids still had iPads. They still had their phones.
Technology.
Right. It was a deterrent. And it may have worked in one county, but I don't think it would work here. And we proved it didn't work here because, heck, my child left theirs at the house. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like it was enforced.
Yeah, that was probably the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't enforced the way it was supposed to be.
And
I actually thought it was one of those things where the Yonder pouches would be there at the school, and every time you came to school, you had to put your phone in there. Like how you go to these shows nowadays and say like no recording, so you got to get that power every time.
That's
you
how
walk
it should
in there.
be.
That's what I thought was happening.
Yes.
I didn't know that they got their Yonder pouch and then they took it with them. So
what happened?
I would forget mine too.
Well, now what happened is this: you had so many people bumping heads on it, right?
Yes.
So there was so many people. No, we don't know. Well, I tell you what, then they get to take it home. And what ended up happening is they couldn't enforce it the way it was supposed to be because you had this side, and all that happened was people just settled. They said, okay, well, fine. If we get the Yonder pouches, then I guess you could take it home. Instead of somebody saying, look, it's not going to work if they're able to do that.
Right.
In order to enforce it, it needs to be done here at the school.
Yes.
So that's what happens a lot of times. And it's purely because people's ego.
Yes.
They don't want to do what's best for the child. They want to do what's best for what they said. They want their way or no way.
Yes.
We do have a question. Let's see. All right. Well, this is not a trolling question. All right. This says, do you have any leadership experience within the school system already?
Within the school system?
Yes.
No, I'm a paraprofessional. No.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been in the school system?
6 years.
6 years. And how much time have you done teaching kids in sports?
Probably I'd say about 15.
15
at least.
Wow. And that was all community based, correct? Like
10
a
of
lot
the 16.
volunteering?
Yes, sir. 10 of the 16 was, and then obviously when I spent 3 years at Bradwell and 3 years at Effingham County High School.
Oh, okay. All right. So you've been to multiple school systems.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with this experience, because I know he asked you about the 3 to 5 years, right? What has your campaigning experience been? And we'll get back to another question from Wiggle.
I think for me, the campaign experience has been great. I'm not a fan of dirtying up anybody's name.
Yes.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that you should throw shots at anybody.
Yes.
Because that speaks on you not being for the position. You're for you. So shout out to Miss Verdell Jones, Kiesia Burdett, and Dr. Franklin Perry. Of the four of us that's running, nobody has dirtied from what I've seen, nobody's dirtied anybody's name.
That's true. That is true.
And so my experience on the campaign trail has been a good one. I've talked to a lot of students, talked to a lot of parents. I know a lot of people in the town, so they were pleased.
Yes.
So my experience has been great.
Well,
it really has.
That's something that I did want to. I wanted to point out. So we had a Meet the Candidates event, and Mr. King was there, and so was Verdell, and they embraced each other. They took pictures together. They were talking, smiling, and laughing together. That says a lot about the commitment and the purpose of why people are running. That says a lot to me. See, I look at things like that. It tells me that, okay, well, the true purpose is not just because I don't like them and this is no, the true purpose is I want to do what's best. I might have a different way of doing it than you do, and I want to show it.
For sure.
And that means a lot. It really does, Tim. So I appreciate you saying that, even about the other candidates. It says a lot about your character.
Yes, sir.
A lot about your character. But I know King Wiggles.
You keep flowing.
Oh, no. I know you. Look, I want you to get those in because
Yeah, I ain't got to get through every last one of them. Again, I just wanted to give. I think it's important that, as I said on my post, right. This is like a two-edged sword too, man. Because I think people run for positions for one or two reasons. Either the person that's in the position has actually really inspired them to follow in their footsteps, or they just don't see something that's happening, right?
Correct.
And so that's not, you don't actually have to, running for an office does not automatically mean you think that either A, you're better than somebody, or you think that somebody's not doing the job well, right?
Facts. Yes, sir.
You could be like, you know what, man? We're going in a great direction, and I've been following their tutelage, and I've been looking at what they got going on, so on and so forth. And until you actually get a person in a conversation and on the space or a room to see where their heart is at, to see where their mind is at, to see where their experience is at, to see what they know and or don't know, before you just like, hey man, like you ain't got no experience, you shouldn't be doing this. Like sometimes the people with little experience in one realm can take the experience from another aspect or another arena and apply some of that in collaboration and or in connection with the people who actually do this and take us. Because if they say that Liberty County is a military town, and his duty station was here in this military town, and he served the country for an X number of time and has worked in different arenas while in the military under different types and different forms of leadership, I would think that we would be able to at least take the time to hear what it is that he knows, right? You know what I'm saying? Whether you think he can do it or not, whether you want to vote for him or not, at least give him the opportunity to say, hey, this is my opinion.
Right.
This is my perspective. This is my thought. I've said it before on other shows, that until you have those of us who are younger who have a desire to lead, or at least have a desire to be in the room, have those people say, hey, we're going to open the door for you. Come here, at least sit in the back and be quiet and just listen.
Right.
Just watch it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
right.
sir.
we talked about that on the other show.
Right. You know,
exactly
it's
what I'm talking about.
And it's like, but we're getting older, but we're still sometimes getting treated like the little kids. Hey, adults are talking.
Right.
Go to the back.
Right.
Go to your room. Get out of here, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and so, like, at what Bart, go get over you. You know what I'm saying? Because I would say, at what age do we say you're welcome to the table? You can sit down and you can tell us if you learned anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you see anything, go ahead.
Oh, first of all, shouts out to King Myers and shouts out to Judge McGirt. Michael McGirt is in the building.
Good man.
Tawanda Walthouse.
Shout out McGirt.
Anthony Sawyer. Thank you guys. Orlando D. Jesus Mendez. Thank you for watching.
The Line Dance King is in the building. What up, Orlando?
Yes.
Mr. YMCA is in the building.
And Woo, Desai. What's up, Woo? How you doing, Bubba? Thank you for watching.
Good man.
So,
Woo.
what I'm gonna say to that is this right here, right? We always have that area.
Hey man, you put the good tracks on when you start talking.
Say that.
You put the good tracks on when you start talking,
First of
man.
all, I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to. I know where I'm going with it. Look. So when we look at it from that aspect of opening the door, right? That is where we miss it, because once again we got to come from how is it being opened, and is the door open, and is the door being walked through.
Right.
So we got two different errors. This is what we believe. We got an error, especially in this area. We got an error of history, right? And that history stretched deep because these are some of the people that fought to get us to where we're at. All right. Now, when they say I opened the door, their door might be, I always open my door. I mean, they got plenty of times to talk to me, right?
Right.
So, we'll go back to that. Some people have things that happens every month, the second weekend, Saturday at 8 o'clock for the last 12 years, right? So anybody that would be interested in his position or that position, they would show up at 8 o'clock and there's their door that's open. But see, we don't understand it that way. A lot of times people say, well, nah, they should come to me. Bro, in my mind, that's not how that works. Right. Not ever in life.
It's not feasible.
Yeah. The person that is there in the position that you want to be in, I always have to go to there. I got to show myself no. Now, at that point, am I going to be rejected? Now, that would be on them. So if you made me an outcast, that's one thing. Mm-hmm. But if I made myself an outcast and I'm coming at you like you ain't doing your job, then you created that aspect of separation.
So while I do not disagree, a friendly amendment I'll insert into that, right?
Mm-hmm. You said a friendly amendment.
Friendly amendment. You're right. So I do agree. If somebody's in position, that person should go say, hey, I'm interested in this, that, and third, so on and so forth. But let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. Old Testament in the Bible, how did kings become kings? Someone was sent to them. Mm-hmm. By the Most High, right, and anointed them, right. So David didn't say, "Hey Saul, I want to be the king." Mm-hmm. Samuel went to David. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like David didn't say, "Hey Solomon, you gonna be the next king." Mm-hmm. A prophet or somebody went to them. So even going back to the wise men and these old advisors, I'm going back to the same thing that I say. Where are these wise men who are connected to the Most High to say, hey, you may have Pastor Hayes still on there. You have to have some type of insight somewhere. So these ancestors, these forerunners, but because I don't want to get away from that, because my first time hearing about the Saturday meetings was when I had a conversation with a family member. Before then, I had never heard about it. Never seen it publicized. Exactly. Didn't know nothing about it at all whatsoever. So if we don't, excuse my ignorance, because if I don't know, how can I go?
Exactly, and that's the point.
Now that I do know, if I choose not to go, then Trey shouldn't say nothing about it anymore. If I'm not going, even though I don't want that position, still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I should go for the information. I should go for the experience.
Yes.
I should go so that I can tell other people, and I will go once I get the right Saturday that I'm here in town and I can go. I will go. Right? I honestly,
stay busy.
You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is man, I don't go to board meetings, and then some of those meetings they have, we be at work.
Yeah.
So you can't even attend. You gotta look. You gotta watch it online after the fact.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And so I get it, but I just want to insert that I do agree that in one aspect of things, those who are aspiring should go to, right? You know what I'm saying? They should. But I also believe that it should be one of those things where it's like interchangeable. While I'm walking towards you, somebody should be walking towards us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it should be like that. So even if I'm going back to Tim. If I don't agree that, and I say this, like, if I feel like Tim is like rah 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 rah, but he wants my position, right? Or then I should be like, hey Tim, come here. So look, you know what? You got a strong following and/or a fan base, but if you go in there. You said it earlier. If you go in there on like some rah rah rah, them people are not finna let you come in here
At all.
They're not finna listen. They're not finna endorse you or support you because they think that you're going to eventually mess up what they got going on.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And now when you say that, I want you at the same time to realize has the rah rah happened before the approach has? And see that's
It probably has, right?
Exactly. So
I'm still of the opinion though that because I rah because I in my fraternity, man, like I tell people this all the time. I kind of toned down, you know what I'm saying, on it, but at the same token of time, the rah may scare like what they consider this bigger picture, right?
Facts.
Right, and I get it and I understand it, but if this bigger picture is taking 400 years to come, what is King Conda? Will you please get us in the door then?
what do you mean?
I don't know.
Look, what I'm hearing once again, like I said, man, and you're an 80s baby too. And you didn't become DJ. Who brought DJ Wiggles? Nobody. DJ Wiggles created himself, right? DJ Wiggles was blessed to have all of the abilities to reach, like I said before, the audience that you reached.
Right.
And also, DJ Wiggles is somebody that was recognized for the works that he's already done. All right. So when you're approaching a position, you need to have some works behind why you want that position.
100% agree. I agree.
Now, what's happening is this. You have people that feel a certain way and they have no background in what they're talking about. They're just talking until they actually get to that place and they see all of the work that it takes. Because I've seen many of people take positions that said that they were going to do a better job and this is not fair and this is not it and this is not, and then when they get in there, they get quiet.
Yeah.
All right. And the reason they get quiet is because then they realize, well, dang, look at how much work this one person did, and I don't have any insights on what to do, how to do it, or how these people, because these people then, they're not in your constituency. These people represent other folks. And unless you know how to lower your ego, you're not going to cross that aisle to try to understand them. It's still going to stay in that position. And that's a lot of the things that we don't realize. I mean, it sound good. It sound really good saying, you know, this person is supposed to walk, but there's so many doors that are open that just because, like you said, well, I didn't know about it. Guess what? Man, that thing has been posted every time, but that's not a page that you follow. That's not in your.
Hey, going back to what you said. Now, if we're talking about these tablets, if I have to rely on my social media to do this, and only social media to do this, where else can I? Tell me where I can find that outside of social media.
Outside of social media, you will find it in the people that are involved in your community. There's no way you can go to Jose Ortiz or any member, any commissioner, any person in politics, and you ask them about where you can find information for that position.
But what if we don't know about it? I'm gonna tell you. This is what I told. This is what I told one of my supervisors at work. One day I wasn't doing something as it pertains to IEPs, right? And she said, "Well, Trey, why you just didn't ask me?" I said, "How am I ask you about something I don't know? You've been doing this forever. I'm a brand new teacher. How am I ask you a question I have no idea that this is a question that I need to ask?"
That's wild. How? Well, that's how you know. But when you found out, what did you do?
But no. Right. But no, you asked. But so I'm saying, like, before I had the conversation, which was a couple of days before you brought it up, how would I have known that on Saturdays this particular person hosts these events talking about whatever it is? How would I have known that?
So once again, if you are looking to be in that scope of area, like that position, right? There's no way you wouldn't have known, because if you're going and you're actually already doing that thing, if you say, you know what, I want to do this, or I'm concerned about this or that, there's that source of information is there. That means that you're looking and searching. So you'll eventually find what you're looking for. Now, it's too easy. You ask somebody, hey, if I want to know this, and you know these people are elected officials, right? If you want to know something, that's what they're there for. They're here to serve the people. So any information you know, you ask one of them and they're going to point you in the direction of where you need to be. But you cannot be somebody that says, I want to change this, and you think that the people that's in the position are already out there like, oh, well, I got to search and find that person. Nah, man, we got to do the searching, bro. You had to do the searching for when you wanted to be a DJ. I'm telling you, I know not every single DJ you encountered just wanted to help you.
Hey, so I'm just gonna be the honest truth. But before we go to that part, you made a great point. So Tim, you said earlier that you didn't have the experience, and I'm gonna answer that question.
Yes, go ahead.
Did not having the experience, right? Who would you rely on for guidance and expertise if elected into this position?
I think I gotta rely on Miss Verdell Jones.
Yes. Fact.
Point blank period. She is in the chair. And maybe Miss Lily Baker, who was the chair. But I mean, between those two, I think you have to, because they held the chair.
And look at how you interact with them. Look at how you interact. That's what I just bragged about, is your interaction, because you know that these are the people that you would have to count on, because they have the experience and they've been doing it.
Right.
Regardless of the experience you have or not, you have the wherewithal to know that this is a position that I would like to be in. Win, lose, or draw, you still got to count on them.
Right.
If they win, guess what? That don't mean you vanish.
Right.
That means, hey,
definitely,
what can I do, like, to help you and what you're doing? For
sure.
Let me know. Be a vessel. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Right.
If you win, guess what? You still gonna rely on her. And I bet you nobody's gonna turn you away on that. And that's where I think we just got too entitled, Wiggles. I think we feeling ourselves a little bit too much, and we're upset with the system because we don't understand. Like you said, I don't understand. How am I supposed to know? Guess what? That's the part of figuring it out.
Yeah.
And when you see that person, well, damn, hold on. That person is doing exactly what I want to do. And that's when you go approach, because you can't say that you want to be something and you're not trying to search on what you need to do in order to be it. In order to do real estate, guess what I had to find? A real estate school. The real estate school didn't come looking for me. I had to go find it. You know what I'm saying? And once I found it, then I had to take the class, learn it. Boom. Guess what I had to do then? I had to go pick where I wanted to be at. Who was going to be the ones to guide me? See, that's a perfect illustration, because that's exactly what I had to do. And once I did that, once I found out what it was, and I had somebody that was over me, a broker, then I created my vision of what I thought a realtor should be. And that's where everything developed from. But I couldn't, nobody was searching for me. Matter of fact, when I wanted to be that thing, people kept telling me, oh, the market's too saturated. Real estate is hard. You're going to meet a lot of people telling you what you can't do.
Yeah, amen to that.
So what you got to do is you have to be that. You have to be that thing what you want to become, and that's how you find out where your resources are. They're not going to come to you.
Man, I am almost certain that I am fortunate that it has been very few times that I've had the naysayers, man. Honestly. So even going back to the DJing thing, it kind of it fell in my lap, and I didn't have people to say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna show you how to do this." Right? It wasn't that. I was a promoter. I hosted parties and I had the DJs, and so I would just watch them. I'd be on the mic watching them do their thing, but I actually had to teach myself on the laptop how to use virtual DJ, and that's the only reason why I still use it, because that's how I started 13 years ago.
See?
You know what I'm saying? And so now, as it pertains to like the search, when I started as a radio personality on WZBN Power 105.5 in Albany, Georgia, Jammin' Jay and Steve Hegwood, they actually came and found me. I was at the radio station at ASU, man. I used to crawl through the window at a now broken, destroyed building. What's the appropriate term for that? When they demolish it, that's what they get. Demolitions. They dilapidated. What? Whoa. Yeah. Okay. That on there.
Not decapitated.
No, I got you. Okay. So, but yeah, they're demolishing these buildings at Albany State, man. You know, part of some bigger plan. Nevertheless, I used to crawl through the window and go up there to self-teach myself on how to be a radio personality and learn the board. Shout out to Gus Matthews. He was like my student teacher per se, because again, the guy who was over the Mako program, he came and found me as well because I was hosting. So and maybe that's why I'm entitled. I say that. Let's just say I'm entitled on my sport, because in most instances I have been sought out. So when there are things that I want to do,
favor ain't fair, yo. Remember that.
You know, but there are some things that I am like I want to do. And people are like, nah, you can't do that. So that I go back to the King David story, right? You know, they're like, oh, you too smart. You can't go out there. Oh, nah, you shouldn't be doing this, that, and 30. You can't do it. But he was actually the person who saved them from what they were afraid to do.
Thank you.
So that's man. Let me stop before I start preaching. Okay, no. I ain't. I'm gonna quench the spirit today. I'm gonna quench it today.
Wiggles. Once again, they weren't looking for you. They didn't come looking for you. They heard your talent, which you had to display in order for them to find you. So your talent is what they came to look for, but you had to put your talent out there for them to recognize that we needed Wiggles.
For sure. I'm not refuting that point at all. You know what I'm saying? But still, it's like having, if King is engaged and involved, right? If this one incident, right, look at school board election aside.
Yes.
If he's engaged and involved in the community, does his thing, no one is complaining about what he does as a coach or as a paraprofessional. He ain't got no allegations or no accusations going against him at all whatsoever. And this is work. This is work. And this is work ethic. And this is continuity. And this is consistency. Yes. The only question that I'm asking is that at what point does anybody who's in leadership, it ain't even got to be the top guy, but at what point does somebody in leadership say, hey, I see what you're doing. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you don't got. And how do we work around that?
That happens all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Richard Hayes says leadership should be approachable, but we should be respectful in our approach. And what you're saying is absolutely correct. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you do it. It's already broke down. It's a lot of people feel like, I guess it's got to be this red light to where they look, it's me, I want to do this, and then somebody says, oh, I see a red light down there, y'all go check it out. But man, we got to be our own red light. We got to say, hey, look at what I'm doing already. You know what I mean? Look at where I built myself to without anybody, without that leadership. You know what I'm saying? We got to build ourselves to that point. And then our red light will go off, and then people will be like, look, I need to go see about that young man. Same thing with you, Wiggles. They saw your red light. You didn't even know you were going to be that deep into DJing, right? You said that you had to teach yourself.
Yeah. No, I had no idea, man.
Yes.
It's the
shouts out to 380.
Yeah, it's the 380. What's happening, man? It's a personality for sure, man. But that's a God-given thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a God-given thing. That's the spirit of the Most High. I believe that. But off me, Tim, I got a question for you, and I know it's gonna get King Conda going. Mark, let's get it. So here we go.
Let me put on the good music. Hold on.
Right, he get every time. Man, it was a beat. It's one beat that you play, man.
You like it?
That man, it be jamming. I started to say something about it. So I'm gonna ask the two questions, right? One is, how would you make informed decisions on issues you do not fully understand yet? And what would you do if your personal opinion conflicted with what data or policy supports?
Okay, so informal decisions, you have to go with experience. Meaning, like, let's just say, I think experience and common sense. I would say that experience and common sense. Heck, I'll take, for instance, my daughter's situation. She was in the wrong. Let's not even go there. So she got in an argument with her boyfriend at the time, arguing with him in the middle of the commons area at Bradwell. Went to go swing her book bag. The teacher comes from behind. She never seen the teacher. Teacher steps in. She hits the teacher.
With the book bag, unintentionally or intentionally?
Unintentionally.
Okay.
She was swinging at her boyfriend. She shouldn't have been doing it in the first place anyway.
Okay, so the wrong part is her out there arguing with a boyfriend.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Correct, no
Okay.
doubt. But she ended up catching a felony
Godly.
assault. And it's not expunged, but it's hidden. But like, she can't get a top secret clearance in the military. You know, it's off her record, but if they went digging for it, they could find it.
Yeah.
Should she have done a year in alternative school? High honor roll kid? No, I honestly don't believe so. But that's what the school decided. So okay, cool. But then she ended up enrolling back because she did what she's supposed to do in alternative school. Enrolled back, and then I guess she got flagged or something for having a felony. But in Georgia, it does say that if you have a felony, you can't be in public school, but it doesn't say like the severity of it. Anyway, so she had to end up going back to alternative school after already being at Bradwell for 2 weeks. So decisions like that to send her back to alternative school, like that had to be a common sense thing. Like she got double punished for something she did. You know what I mean? Let's call a spade a spade. But why double punish her when she already served her punishment? She did what she was supposed to do in alternative school. No bad reports, no nothing. Heck, the teachers didn't even know that she was in alternative school because she was so quiet and well respected. So I think experience and common sense. What was the second question? I'm sorry.
But shouts out to Avis Lindsay, James Riddick, Doug Greenfield, and Miss Edna Walthour of the Boys and Girls Club. Shout out.
All great people. All
Miss Edna Walthour, hey, we got this capital campaign going on, y'all. Quick blurb. We need to raise $10,000, man. We had somebody give us $10,000, and we as in the community just need to match them $10,000. Miss Edna, your flyer is gonna be ready for you. Okay, I know I'm a week behind. I've been busy, but I got you. Boys and Girls Club, man. We need you, because we need this for those kids. The question that I asked was, what would you do if your personal opinion conflicted with what data or policy supports?
Personal data conflict with policy or
your personal opinion conflicted with the stats.
With the actual facts.
With the actual facts. I think I have to put my ego to the side and go with what makes sense, even if I don't agree with it. As we all know, the Board of Education chairman position I'm running from deals with policies, not day-to-day operations of the school. And it will always be by committee. I may not like what the committee has to say, but if the majority says, hey, look, this is what we need to do, and it makes sense, then I believe you have to go with what everybody agrees to. I don't think there's anything wrong with disagreeing, because I'm not a yes man. So I'm definitely not approving everything or saying yes to everything. But if somebody can explain it to me and it makes sense, by all means, let's do it.
So with that being said, how would you unite board members who disagree politically and philosophically?
I think you just have to have a common ground, just like in teaching, right? We all don't agree with every single thing, but at the end of the day, the job has to get done. I believe talking in a calm manner, and then also allowing the person that disagrees with the decision to speak freely. I think a lot of the times we get upset. I'll take athletes for instance. We always say, listen to the message and not the tone. I think adults need to understand that as well.
They don't know that, man. They don't know that.
So I think you have to let people speak freely, even if you don't agree. Let them get it out, and then once they get it out,
Then assess it.
yes. So as far as political, that doesn't bother me. Again, I was in the Army for 10 years, so all walks of life are in the Army.
Yes.
So I can navigate that. That's not an issue. But there is a hierarchy, and even though we are board, the board chair is the board chair for the reason they are the president. Not to say that they have veto powers or anything like that, but a decision must be made, and sometimes leaders have to make tough decisions, and sometimes that puts you going against the grain. And I'm built for it.
So we got some comments here. Eddie Myers, King Myers says you have to humble yourself. Doug Greenfield says common sense is not common, which is facts. Agree to disagree. You have to understand that sometimes as a people, we are not always right. And how influenced are you by decisions made by data? That's a question that King Wiggles just asked. So with all of the consensus here, it's like common sense should override everything. And just like Doug said, common sense is not always common, because that's a lot of our problems now.
Yes.
Is we are always going off of our emotions. We even when we see the facts, we want to deny the facts because our emotion says it's a lie.
Trying to reinvent the wheel.
So that's a lot of our problems that we have now. So I pray that one day we see past that. Now, we've been on for 1 hour and 6 minutes, Kings and Queens, and it didn't even seem that long, to be honest. But we're about to bring it to an end. So we're going to ask Mr. King his final questions, and then we're going to get into some free game and some real meat for people to get through on the week. We don't have Aristotle here, but we do have King Wiggles. King Wiggles be going in also. So I'm gonna ask you, this is one of my final questions, right? Win, lose, or draw, what are your plans that you're gonna do personally to better Liberty County?
It's a great question. Win, lose, or draw, my plan would be to help the board as I can, still advocate for our youth as I always do, and inform our parents to bridge that gap between the board, the school system, and our parents. We live in an information world where sometimes people don't get all the information, and then they get on Facebook and are upset, but the information's there. So I definitely keep parents informed, keep the community informed. I know a lot of people here, and I think that'll be helpful. But win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna put in the work.
Thanks. Wiggles, you got a question for her?
Nah, man. I just want to say hats off to you. Kudos for even stepping out there, brand new to it, and just having the zeal and passion and desire to see some type of change, you know. And again, I say it's maybe an unorthodox approach, but that's what makes me appreciate it even the more. And, you know, shout out to everybody that's running. Verdell Jones, yes, man, she's a part of the family. And so, you know, it's always love, right?
Always.
I just want to say kudos to it. Kudos to you, you know, for just, you know, what they say, put the money where your mouth is, right? And so that's what it is. If you think that you can do the job, or you see there's some room for improvement, you ain't just talking behind the keyboard, you ain't just, you know, talking trash. You say, hey, give me a shot.
Right.
And so I just want to give you kudos for that, brother.
Yes, most definitely. We're about to get some more meat from both of those kings. Doug Greenfield said, like Wiggle said earlier, people don't know how to find information. And my answer to that is, if you or anyone else doesn't understand how to find information now, then I will say this: just try harder. because if you can't, it's too readily available. I think what it is a lot of people are afraid to ask or afraid to even call because they're afraid of rejection.
Right.
People will tell themselves that they're going to be rejected before it even happens.
Right.
And see, you forget that the rejection is your first step, right? Because when you get rejected, then that means you got to go to another place, right? And that right there is your story. Look, I was rejected by this person, this person, this person. You're building your testimony.
Right.
So, yeah, look, y'all going out there and going to get your rejections and come let us know who all rejected you so we can get them up out that position. And I'm being serious with that. That's exactly what we need to do. So, yes, Mr. Doug, yes, that's exactly how we get it done.
I'm going to go search for that information on the Saturday meetings, and I'm going to post it on my page so that we can all attend on a Saturday together.
Yes,
for
that would be great.
Yeah, I'm going to go find it. That's my task, to go find it, because King Connor didn't tell us. He rejected me. King Connor rejected me tonight on free game.
Look, I ain't reject him. I told him to look the information up. It's readily available and it's easy to find. Now watch how fast he finds it. All right, guys. What we're gonna do now is, for the kings and queens, we gotta leave them with some meat to eat off of for the rest of the week. So, Mr. King, what is it that you would like to tell the kings and queens to keep them going throughout the weeks?
Kindness wins. I think a lot of the times it may not be you. That person may just be having a bad day. And you being kind may not resonate with them right now. But when they get home, you might think about it. Like, for instance, you may be going to Walmart. Somebody cuts you off. They're cussing out. They ain't honking the horn. Be kind. Kindness wins. And I think if we're kind, I think we can solve a lot of issues. A lot of time, us brothers, we won't be tough. Be tough all the time. You don't gotta be tough. Be kind. Be kind.
Yes.
So I think that's what I'll leave us with. Just be kind. Just try it.
Facts.
It don't make you less of a man because you say, "Hey, sir. Good morning, sir. How are you doing, sir?"
Yes.
We don't gotta look at each other like, "What you looking at?" "Hey, sir. How are you?"
That's
be
facts.
kind.
That's facts. And Mr. King, I appreciate you so much for coming and stopping through and gracing us with your presence.
Yeah, for sure.
And also going out there and getting it. Because just like right now, guess what? You're somebody else's knowledge on what they need to do in order to get to where you are.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir.
They know it's possible.
Right.
They know it's possible. And King Wiggles also made that possible today on the show. Thank you for making that connection, brother.
Hey, man, again, I appreciate you. Look, I appreciate you opening up the door. You and the family opening up the house, man. I got you from the beginning when you say, "Hey, man, this is my home."
Yeah.
Just anybody can come in here, and so just the fact that you trusted me enough, to allow this to happen, and I ain't gonna have just anybody in y'all space either, man. This is your piece for sure.
Yes, sir. Now, King Wiggles, what is some meat that you would like to get the kings and queens on today?
Here we go, man. James chapter 4. Give yourself to God. Do you know where your fights and arguments come from? They come from the selfish desires that make war inside you. You want things, but you don't get them. So you kill and are jealous of others, but you still cannot get what you want, so you argue and fight. You don't get what you want because you don't ask God, or when you ask, you don't receive anything because the reason you ask is wrong. You only want to use it for your own pleasure. You people are not faithful to God. You should know that loving what the world has is the same as hating God. So anyone who wants to be friends with this evil world becomes God's enemy. Do you think the scripture means nothing? The scripture says the spirit God made to live in us wants us only for himself, but the kindness God shows is greater. As the scripture says, God is against the proud, but he is kind to the humble. Be humble my people, and you will receive the kindness of God. And then, when you receive God's kindness, you make sure you share that same kindness. And my brother Tim King just said, thank you.
Thanks.
It's crazy how those linked up and we didn't even know it.
Well, like they say back in the day, you catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar.
Yes, sir.
And on today, it's been a lot of honey out there for y'all to come and get. Pollinate yourselves with wisdom, knowledge, and kindness. And if you're out there pollinating just like the bees do, and you're spreading this out, you ever seen a beautiful like field with nothing but like flowers and beautiful buds, and you might even catch a sunflower or a flower that looks like one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amazing part about that is the start, because that field might have just been nothing but weeds, but around springtime, all of a sudden all these flowers spread out. Do you understand that it took hard work of the insects in order to make that happen?
Facts.
We think that it just happens. No, man, those bees go over there and they pollinate that flower and take that pollen to that flower, springs more life. So everybody's doing their part in the ecosystem. Our problem is we start discrediting some of the lower parts. We think that the lower parts don't mean anything, but that's the whole thing. That's where the start in the system starts at. And that comes into learning, into becoming a DJ Wiggles, into becoming a Tim King, into becoming a King Conda. We had to start out there while we were processing and pollinating all of these things in order to create our vision. So if you want to make a difference, be the bee. Be the person to spread the kindness. Be the person to spread the love. Be the person to spread the knowledge. Be the bee. So I appreciate you, brothers, with all the information and everything. My engineer back there is trying to say something. Just say it out loud. What is it?
Just read that last quote from Mr. Doug.
Read that last quote from Doug. You saying from Doug?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have I guess it's a quote. I see two. Everyone had the same mindset. We would be so successful. That is true. Man, so many good things can be said about Tim. Tim is the definition of just show up. No matter what, he's there. We need more of that. He shows up. Much respect. Be in the booth tomorrow, guys. Big dog. And that was from Doug Greenfield.
Appreciate it, my boy.
So, just like that, Doug just became the bee. He just pollinated his homeboy. He pollinated Tim. He let him know how important he is and how many good things are coming. So, kings and queens, I just urge you to be the bee. Spread the pollinate the seeds and spread the flowers that you want to spread in order to make the garden beautiful. It's your boy, King Conda, the people's champ, with King Wiggles, the DJ of the South, and Tim King running for board chair.
That's right. Make sure y'all get out and vote. Tim King, baby.
And also, my baby in the back, Queen Mosley.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, baby. We appreciate you, kings and queens. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's your boy, and I'm out.
You did.
Yes, sir.